They're ecstatic about the outcome. They feel this reunites them with their son Sam.
Look at the height. Look at
the height.
Kind of.
Empire State Building, you get that goosebumpy thing.
It's only natural that we would give Ian Runciman a chance to share his side of things.
See a rainbow right there. A rainbow.
California's water-hungry landscape may be changing from this to this.
So we have more and more people coming to us saying, I killed my lawn, now what do I do?
It's a reemergence of California native plants, plants which have been here since the state's very beginnings. They're drought-resistant because they need little to no water.
These native plants have grown in California for 1 million years. They know how to survive here.
Many of these native plants are found nowhere else in the world, and with mandated water restrictions around the state, more people are converting to a native plant garden filled with poppies, wildflowers, and shrubs.
It's a good screen, so if you want to not see the car in your driveway or the next door neighbor's driveway, there you go.
California native plants also help pollinators thrive, such as butterflies and honeybees. These pollinators are crucial to helping flowers, fruits, and vegetables grow.
There's a ladybug in here.
As more people start looking at these California native plants for their yards, there's an increasing need to learn how to grow them right. And so this summer, there's going to be classes for homeowners and certification programs for landscapers. Ironically, California native plants can be killed by overwatering.
So we're training these folks to how to do less and how to take care of these really low maintenance yards.
The Department of Water Resources wants to get these plants into the mainstream since they can withstand the test of time, climate change, and drought. So the future of California's landscape may not be something new, but something native. As California struggles with drought, some solutions may be, as the old saying goes, right in our own backyard. In Sacramento, Midori Sperandio reporting. 4-year-old Susanna has never had a medical injection, and that's just the way her mother wants it.
My children were so tiny, and this vaccination had so many toxins in it, and I couldn't allow that. I couldn't allow all those toxins to enter my child's body.
Nancy Guzman is part of a growing trend in California of parents who are choosing not to vaccinate. Nancy did research about benefits and risks of vaccines before making her choice. But unvaccinated children like hers are a growing concern for state health experts. Some school districts in California have an immunization rate as low as 50%. In schools like that, one child's exposure to measles can have a snowball effect.
I'm saying they could get sick from somebody who brought it into the country and then expose someone who doesn't have a choice. The more people that are immunized, the more protection we have as a community, right? Herd immunity.
Parents can opt out of vaccinations by signing this, a personal belief exemption. But a new state law requires parents to first talk to a health care provider before signing the exemption. The intent is to get parents more educated before they make a choice. But lawmakers say there's a growing need to know who is vaccinated and who is not. Later this year, state lawmakers may consider a bill that would require schools to let parents know what their vaccination rate is.
We are looking at what other states are doing and seeing if there are other things we need to do to try to, again, protect the public from these very dangerous diseases.
But it's a fine line between strongly encouraging parents to immunize their kids and respecting their right to choice.
How can I tell you how to believe? I know what I believe: protect our students. Keep our students safe and healthy.
You don't have to be crazy not to vaccinate. I'm just the typical mom, has the most love for their children, just like any other mother does.
At the state capitol, Midori Sperandio reporting.
My name is Ning Ho, born in Shanghai, China. When I get into college, my major was graphic design. I decided design is much more about the beauty, form, and compositions rather than politics. And the most realistic painting in China at that time was pretty much political. Come to the United States is a choice. And when I was 26 years old, and I found out I have to develop my art. And my teacher told me there's 2 countries you can go if you want to be yourself and self-taught, and United States and Paris. So I only have a relative living in the United States. And also I remember some lady told me, if you drive on 160 on the Levy Road, there's a Delta, has a Chinese community, a place called Lock. Nature is a great teacher. They teach you constantly, every day, every moment. That's why when I do the painting, I feel totally I belong to the nature. I painting Lock for my personal reason. It's actually about the California golden light, the deteriorating town and merging the spirit of Chinese who used to live here and a great lighting. I think if Monet or Van Gogh, Cézanne, they're still alive, they would love to come here to be a resident. To me, it's a natural open studio.
That's what you want to be, Lindsay.
An artist?
That's right. That's what he does.
Oh, that's cool.
For me, it was a kind of a surprise to see Ning's work because a lot of people don't know about his presence in the Sacramento region and in this community. And I was shocked when I first walked in and saw a whole lot of his paintings together, because here's an artist who's obviously worked for quite a long time, is very skilled at what he does, and yet I wasn't very aware of it, and I know a lot of other people aren't either. Ning is an amazing artist because he's able to work in a variety of styles. He works on one hand in a very impressionistic style, post-impressionistic style, and on the other hand he does paintings that are very photoreal, like Salt to the Earth, in that they look very much like a photograph.
You don't see him.
Why do you think the artist chose to make no faces? That's kind of an
Because
interesting choice.
labor workers, usually you just think those are the people out there picking the grapes. You don't really know who they are.
That's an interesting idea, because usually you don't know who they are.
I don't understand why they're holding that part of the track. It's really vibrant.
It all looks, yeah, it all looks.
When I'm painting that, I have a greater joy about this country, about the people. Location is Lodi, and machinery is Japanese, and a Chevy car, very much symbol of American society. And on the right side is the old Dutch bomb for European art, and the two Mexican workers and one of the African American worker there, and one of the Mexican worker wear the wedding ring. So all those things capture that moment. I'm a Chinese painter, and I've become America, and my wife is Irish. So I think this painting is so meaningful for my individual life. Bottom line is my marriage really affects my painting. I'm learning about what is love. You know, sounds like so silly, so corny, but believe me, the country I come from, love never was first. Believe and take an order all the time. So I almost numbed what is called love. In my painting, I try to reach the energy which Western always call passion.
Ning has been an inspiration because he's a supporter. He's bought a couple paintings from me. I just had a show at his gallery that went pretty well. Okay, Mr. Sunflowers. Hold still.
This is red canvas, so whatever you do is opposite, which is green.
Right. Okay.
My goal is to teach students to be spontaneous, to appreciate the life, appreciate the moment. Every 20 minutes, the light's changing, the shadows moving, and the color from blue to violets in the shadow, and from highlight, from red to gold. If we're not so spontaneous, you'll not be able to catch it. Subject is second, and energy first. Energy, universe.
Paint the moment.
Paint the moment. Whew. That's finished my interview, Father. The California golden light. It's so hard to paint in the first couple of years because I cannot identify what kind of color. Like those wild hills and the wheat field and the grass in the summertime, they all dried up. To me, this is a spectacular. I found my way, and I want to show how grateful this country offered me an opportunity, and I become the son of the United States. But I wish someday the border of the country is not so important, or flag. But the most important thing is love. Love others. Love the kind of different than you. And I think open your heart. This universe, very few things really ugly. Everything is gorgeous.